Hey, it's me, Myah. I'm back, you're back, and let's recap, because there's some buzzed about news I know you can use. Let's do it. Another day, another beauty controversy on YouTube. Jeffree Star raised more than a few tweezed eyebrows last week when he revealed his new palette. The palette is called Cremated, and it's part of a larger collection dropping this weekend. It's inspired by his goth makeup style, and it includes eyeshadow shades like the Morgue, Death Certificate, and Gravedigger.
I am so ready for a new launch, and it's been really crazy times out there, and I'm just ready to play makeup again.
There has been a lot of backlash over this because, well, we're in the middle of a global pandemic. COVID-19 has claimed hundreds of thousands of lives, and people feel the theme of this launch is highly inappropriate. I connected with the Recap squad on this, and they have a slightly different take.
Cremated release at this time is probably one of the best marketing strategy. Because all people getting raveled up, all the people saying that like this is too controversial, is free marketing for him.
Yeah,
So, like,
and
Let's get
but here's my thing. I don't think that it was a marketing strategy. I truly do believe that he had this palette, which he did already announce to the public. He had this palette. It was supposed to come out. They tried to be respectful and push the date, but you can't always push things off for so long. And I think he's being put under a really fine microscope, and everyone's just coming at him because everyone's kind of bored about talking about COVID.
Yeah.
Everyone's looking for a reason to be upset right now.
And
So
if
they're
you
gonna
think about
scrutinize
it,
people for everything.
the product just seems really cool overall, and people, I think, are just overreacting because, like Ethan said, people have a lot of time on their hands right now.
And honestly, I think as a business owner, for me personally, everything, no matter what people say, everything you do as a business owner is a marketing strategy. Whether you mean for it to be or not, it is. Because you have a bunch of people working your team. It's not just Jeffree. You have multiple people talking about this, multiple different perspectives. There has to be someone saying, look, it's good that we release it now because it's possible that all of this might happen, bring more attention to it. Whether that's Jeffree's intent or not, everything you really do as a business owner, you have to think your marketing.
He creates artwork essentially through making these palettes. These palettes are literally how he expresses himself. Every single palette that he's ever released has been based off of stories, has been based off of his true life and things that he's gone through. So every palette that he's released has literally meant a lot to him. And you've seen that, and you've seen the proof of that even through the whole documentary series, which he just did with Shane Dawson. You saw the behind the scenes. You got to see that every single detail put into one of his palettes, there's a reason behind it. Mic drop.
Mic drop. I have a pen in my hand, so let's stop that.
Jeffree has addressed the complaints over Cremated and is sticking to his truth, saying the collection can be interpreted any way anyone wants to take it, but I always come from a good place. You can make up your own mind and face. And now in What Would You Do news. The Shantz family lives in Caroline County, Virginia. They say they were out for an afternoon drive when they ran over a bag sitting in the middle of the road. At first, they thought it was trash and stopped to pick it up. How nice! Then they noticed a second bag a few feet away and picked that up too. What they didn't realize is that the bags contained almost $1 million in cash. They only discovered their trash was really cash when they got home. And then they did what anyone would do. They called the police to report the find. Wow. Deputies are investigating, but believe the bags belonged to a postal service and the money was meant for a bank. But how did the bags end up on the road? Should the finders keepers rule not apply? What would you do? Man, I gotta start driving more. One of Disney's top executives resigned this week to become the CEO of TikTok. His name is Kevin Mayer, and he was most responsible for the rollout of Disney+. But now he'll be leading ByteDance, the company that owns and runs TikTok. The move is shocking some people because he's one of the most high-profile American executives to go work for a Chinese-owned company. And get this, while he was at Disney, he helped orchestrate the purchases of Pixar, Marvel, and Lucasfilms. Now, in a New York Times interview, Mr. Mayor said music and gaming would be two things he wants to expand on TikTok. And speaking of that, I got together with the Recap Squad for a podcast. We did a deep dive on TikTok, the good, the bad, and the cult wars. One thing I want to get your opinion on is the cult activity going on TikTok. What? There's a cult?
I didn't know there was cults.
The step
I see
chickens. Have you heard of the step chickens?
I have
Mother
not.
hen?
But they sound
So-
terrifying.
We even imagined some new useful features. I'll be sure to send the link to Mr. Mayor. You can watch and listen to Recap Talks on our website. So, reopening shopping malls in Canada is up to each province. They're starting to open up in certain cities, and there's definitely a new normal. It's gonna feel so weird going back to the mall again. Canada's biggest mall, the West Edmonton Mall, opened for business last week. The list of new safety precautions there could be what happens in your city. Here's what they've got going on. Signs on the floor mark which direction you're supposed to walk. Hand sanitization centers at all entrances. Movable common seating areas have been removed. Plexiglass shields installed at cash desks and guest service counters. Shoppers are encouraged to wear masks. Stores will limit the amount of shoppers inside at any one time. Food court seating is reduced to 50%, and food court trays are no more. It's grab and go only. And you know when the mall's mascot is wearing a mask, they're taking this very seriously. Well, that's it for me, but I'll be back next week with an all-new recap. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm gonna go look for some trash in the middle of the road. It's all about the money.